pure green windows back for NBA 2K26? Where do we get that from? Although there's indicators that RNG may be toned down or even removed for NBA 2K26, that doesn't necessarily mean that 2K is gonna stop finessing our shots. I guess the main question is, does 2K still believe that lowering shooting percentages, aligning player percentages with real life NBA player percentages is best for the community? We're about to get into it. Everything we know about shooting for NBA 2K26 starts right now. If any of you guys are new here, consider dropping a like and a sub. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and let's get to the video.
It's AllCity. Load up that clip.
What's good, y'all? I'm AllCity as always. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Now, this all started because Wang came up with the bright idea that he wanted to match 2K player shooting percentages on a video game to IRL NBA shooting percentages from NBA players. Wang offering 2K players vague terms like we're tuning your green windows, but never describing to 2K players what that means so that we could adjust our shots. Now, mind you, this is coming off of maybe about 2 decades worth of muscle memory type of shooting. Shooting good was a part of 2K culture, but it wasn't like every single player that got on 2K was shooting well. Very good players who mastered their shot timing would be able to shoot about 80 to 90%, while the lesser skilled players who more than likely took a casual approach to 2K games shot about 50. This is why calling someone 50 used to be an insult. In some of the more recent 2Ks, the 2K dev team completely flipped this around, and they made shooting 50% a good thing for 2K players. It's been considered good if you're shooting 50 or above. This morning I was going through my archive of snippets about shooting and everything Wang and the community have posted about shooting on 2K games. I wanted to find some references to help you guys keep up with this video as we take this journey on shooting. Here's the first post that I'll reference that Rib2K sent out from Wang. Wang saying one of the goals for shooting this year was to get shot percentages more in line with NBA averages. Definitely lower than what you've seen the last couple years. So if you guys are shooting 40 to 50% from 3, you're doing really well. If you're in the 30% type of range, you're still hitting targets for a decent shooter. Just want everyone to adjust their expectations that averaging below 60% is normal and it's by design. Wang, he ends up capping off this post saying, now if you're an 85 plus rated 3-point shooter averaging below 20%, you probably need to hit the practice gym and take better shots. Now imagine this, a new 2K game about to come out. You're super hyped to get the new 2K game because you've been goated at shooting over the last 10 or 20 2Ks. You're ready to rinse and repeat and start the process all over again. You're hyped, you get the new game and find out that Wang decided to make green windows much smaller and have those green windows tuned, dramatically decreasing shot percentages for all players across the board. Some players in the 2K community feel like this was a necessary change. A lot of players in the 2K community were tired of the higher shooting percentages. Some of the feedback that I personally received from the 2K community was basically adapt and get better. Now sure, indeed, knowledge is power, but we had very little knowledge about the mechanics behind these shooting changes. All we knew from 2K and the 2K dev team was that green windows are being tuned. Wang sending out this post saying there's no RNG in Hall of Fame, Rec, or Park. It's completely skill-based, just saying the green windows are tuned to try and get the community as a whole shooting more realistic field goal percentages. It makes more build types viable and makes for better basketball. So I ask you guys, the shooting changes over the last few years, do you guys feel like it has made for better basketball on 2K games? Sound off. I'm definitely curious to hear your thoughts on that. Let's reference this other post from Wang talking about shooting. He says, contrary to popular belief, we never, in capital letters, patch specific jump shot animations to make certain bases or releases more or less effective. Over the years, it's been known from 2K players to see their jump shots go broke. I'll continue on. It says there's way too many animation combinations to even attempt that if we wanted to. And he goes on to say they have zero interest in doing so. How many of you guys have ever felt like your jump shot has just gone broke? It usually happens to some of the most popular jump shots, although I will add that in some of the more recent 2Ks, that hasn't been an issue like it was in the past. But I'll continue on. My earlier post about wanting realistic field goal percentages has been taken way out of context. We are not doing anything in game code to hold percentages down or boost percentages up to try and get real life numbers. Wang, he continues on by saying, I was simply stating that shot window sizes are tuned so that shot percentages hopefully play out in a realistic way. because when people make threes like layups, it leads to boring basketball. But now that the green windows are pure, I can no longer use RNG to make shooting hit specific targets. It's totally in the hands of players, and unfortunately, most players are less consistent than math. Now at this time, the debate continued on. Players just didn't like the smaller green windows, they were unable to adapt, and there were a bunch of cries for change within the 2K community. And this forced Mike Wang to give 2K players two options for shooting. So Mike Wang ended up sending out this post saying, "This is really what it all boils down to. If anyone has ideas for a better option than these two, I'd love to hear them. Number 1, keep your green windows, no RNG, which means for the sake of balance, the windows need to be pretty small like they are now so that good players do not shoot 80 to 90% from 3. Again, Mike Wang saying he wants to bring those shooting percentages down to the more realistic shooting percentages from NBA players. He says this makes shooting very difficult for casual players, and it's what we're dealing with right now. At the time, those green windows were way smaller, and casuals were unable to shoot, and even some of the better, higher skill players were unable to shoot as well. Number 2, go back to the bigger green windows that are easier for most people to hit, but cap the excellent timing boost, and it reintroduces RNG to keep the game balanced. This is how 2K shooting has basically worked for the past 20 years. Those were the two options for shooting that were given to 2K players at the time. But little did we know that Mike Wang had option number 3 tucked, and he didn't share that with nobody. So what was option number 3 for 2K shooters? It's what we're experiencing in NBA 2K25. One thing that I can say from the feedback that I received from you guys is that most shooters feel like shooting is inconsistent. This is whether you're rhythm shooting or button shooting. I would like to add that a lot of rhythm shooters say they find more consistency using the rhythm shooting mechanic. And some of the best shooters that I've experienced in NBA 2K25 do indeed rhythm shoot. And there's a reason for that. 2K players had no way of knowing through in-game features or in-game gameplay that rhythm shooting players have a much larger green window than button shooters. It was the test results from the good folks over at NBA 2K Labs that shined the light and created a whole new wave for shooting on 2K games. Now, when it comes to shooting, there's not any other company that offers more in-depth information about shooting on 2K. 2K Lab, trusted, tried and true, and if you guys want to start shooting better, I highly recommend that you guys sign up for NBA 2K Lab Premium. You can use promo code AllCity and save yourself 20% if you guys want to become better shooters and start getting that insider information for shooting on 2K games. In a nutshell, 2K Labs testing found out that rhythm shooters get this super wide green window as opposed to button shooters. I'll reference this first snippet when 2K Labs testing matched up button shooters versus rhythm shooters. The blue line represents the green window for rhythm shooters, and the red line represents the green window for button shooters. And as you guys see, the blue window is damn near double the size. Not only that, it offers a lot of grace for the early and late edges of the green window, meaning that if you guys slightly early or slightly late your shots, there's more of an opportunity for you to still green. As opposed to the red line graph representing button shooters, there's barely any room there to slightly early or slightly late and still hit your green window. But that was only one part of 2K's solution for keeping shooting percentages down more in line with NBA player real-life shooting percentages. Some additional testing from the good folks over at NBA 2K Lab found out that Mike Wang was shifting our green windows. Our green windows were completely shifting out of anything that was related to muscle memory. And in this graphic from 2K Labs testing, finding out that our green windows were shifting, I made some adjustments, adding the milliseconds of shifts on our green window between each individual shot. You guys are able to see how much and how often our green windows shift with each shot on NBA 2K25. And that number can go up to 47 milliseconds. Keep in mind that a jump shot's green window is usually about 40 milliseconds. I also want to mention that there's no indications, there's not an indicator through gameplay that'll even let you guys know when you're shooting how much your green window is going to shift. We wouldn't have even known about shifting green windows if it wasn't for 2K Labs testing. Now, pulling up both images together, imagine with that red line graph representing button shooting, trying to hit shifting green windows with the smaller green window for button shooters. Obviously, it's much easier to hit the green window with the much larger range that's provided for rhythm shooting. And this has all been the journey for shooting on 2K games since 2K started making adjustments to shooting, trying to bring and add more realism into the game. In my opinion, has only created a lot of confusion for 2K players. That's just my personal opinion. I know some of you guys believe these are great additions. These are good changes to shooting and help create a skill gap in shooting on 2K games, but I personally beg to differ. In my opinion, it was always about the strategy and creating the open shot opportunity. If your attributes, say you had a high shooting attribute, if your attributes allow you to hit that open shot, then it was green. With some of the older shooting mechanics in some of the older versions of 2K, there were really bad shooters on there as well. Skill shooters shot good, bad shooters shot bad, period. People who invested their time into learning their jump shot, creating that muscle memory, they had higher shooting percentages. People who didn't practice just didn't shoot as well. But the point is that the green windows seemed pure, or at least the green windows were wide enough where there was no complication in greening your shot. Players never felt like 2K was making them miss or forcing them to miss. I personally would like to get back to that for NBA 2K26. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about all this stuff, the shooting journey that us 2K players have been on. Y'all share them in the comment section below. If any of you guys are new here, consider dropping a like and a sub. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join the AllCity 2K Discord. The link will be in the description below. Find players and get runs now. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.